Hey folks, it's Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we're taking a look at a backlock knife by Sanrenmu. This is a knife that's been around for a little while. I actually have its sibling as well. It has FRN with no holes, just a black cover on the handle. Otherwise, it's identical shape and dimensions and everything. It's a nice black-coated, full flat grind 8CR13 MOV stainless steel blade. The FRN1 says that it's got 8CR14 MOV. It must be a newer iteration. Unfortunately, GearBest no longer has the full FRN version. You might have to go look elsewhere for it. But I bought this at GearBest about 8 months ago, and I'd like to share it with you. Nice rainbow anodization on the steel liners and that are covered with another layer of black steel, and so it just sort of stands out there. It's kind of cool looking if you ask me. I rather like this, and it's got a unique lanyard feature that I'll show you very soon as well, so stick around. So like I said in the intro, what you might see right off the bat is you've got a unique lanyard with these. Let's close the knife up. Inside, you can see this rod right there. That's part of the spring for the back spring lock. There's the back spring button. If you push that in, it releases this hole here. Let go of it, and it closes off that hole, and you get a hole there. So open, closed. And that's where this, horseshoe clip that holds the lanyard on goes in and out of. So it's very easy to take this off if you want to, or leave it on if you want to. Either way, just works really fine. This is 3 grams, fraction of an ounce, very light. The steel on the handle here is 420 stainless steel. That's been, I'm not sure if it's anodized black or painted black. I believe it's probably painted black with the same coating finish that they used on the blade. So a nice black finish there. You've got a nice sort of smiley face hole, or moon slice hole, whatever you want to call it. And you've got these 5 holes in here. But hopefully the light is striking this nicely so you can see the different colors of the anodization. The other side's actually a bit nicer, depending on if the light's coming on there just right. There you go. Various colors, everything from a green to purple to blue to fuchsia, all kinds of colors in there. And yet it's not so bold that it's, looking gaudy, at least for most people. Some people aren't going to like the colors there. Some people will. Not every knife is for everyone. That's just the way things are. I tend to like just about anything, but I know I'm not the average guy. A lot of people have particular tastes, and this may or may not fit in with the tastes that you have. A couple other details on this knife is on the blade up here, we've got a full flat grind. On the ricasso here, we've got the name in an unusual format. It's not very common that they do Sanrenmu as 3 different words. 7081 BUI SHX. You see it's got a nice sharpener's choil right there. So it's really good for sharpening up to the edge without scratching into the ricasso or the plunge line. A nice drop point here. Nice and pointy tip right there, strong. It's nice and thick most of the way until you get close to the tip. Not the strongest tip ever, but this isn't a big working knife. This is a good little EDC kind of office knife. Take with your lunch, sort of gentleman kind of style. Put in your bag, drop into the bottom of your pocket, if you will. I usually carry it, just like this without the lanyard at all. Just like this, and I drop it in my pocket. And when I go to use it, I use it. And it fits in my hand quite well. I've got large hands right on the border between large and extra large. And I get 3 great fingers holding on there. And my pinky sort of misses off the end. When I have the lanyard on there, it grabs onto the lanyard, but that's okay. And my thumb comes up here, and it's a nice, comfortable grip to hold with either hand. You can sneak up a little bit because there's enough room up here that you can put your finger in there and put your other 3 back here, and then you've got a 4-finger grip. And that works very well, and it's safe. because there's enough room in there for guys with hands my size. If your fingers are really fat and chunky, you might get up to the edge there and nick it off, but not usually, I don't think, because, you know, that tip there is higher than the blade, at least further away, and it's quite safe to do it that way. A lot of different kind of grips that you can hold this knife in safely. If you did need it in some kind of self-defense, it could work at that. Let's give you the dimensions of all the different parts on here before we move on to the rest of the information. Let's zoom in just a bit. Before we do the dimensions, let me let you know there's no blade play. It's nice and solid, up and down, back and forth. This back lock locks very well. You can hear it snap into place. And there's no bad alignment when you close it. It's really hard to see with these black ones on, you know, darker areas. It's just not that easy to tell. But with the lighting right there and there, you can see it's not perfectly aligned in there, but it's very good alignment. You've got 3 screws that hold this together, and they are not Torx. They are hex or Allen screws. A little bit older style. Now let's do the dimensions. We've got a cutting edge of 5.8 centimeters, 2.3 inches. Blade length from the end of the handle to the tip is 6.7 centimeters, 2.64 inches. The blade thickness is 2.4 millimeters, which is 0.095 inches. The thickness of the edge behind the grind is a perfect 0.5 millimeter, which is 0.02 inches. Love that thickness. It's great. Handle length, 9.2 centimeters, 3.6 inches. Grip area back here is 7.4 centimeters, 2.9 inches. The handle thickness, not counting these screws that protrude, but just right there, 7 millimeters. That's 0.263, so just over 1/4 inch thick. The total length of this knife is 16 centimeters, which equals inches. I forgot to measure it. It's on the screen, how many inches it is total. The weight with the string here, with the lanyard here, 76 grams, 2.7 ounces, 2.6 ounces, and 73 grams if you don't want the string in there. So there you go for that. How much does this knife cost? GearBest has it, there's a little shipping fee on it, $12.17 Canadian, $9.49 US, plus $1.70 shipping. The Canadian has a $2.18 shipping. Euros, it's 8.15 with 1.46 shipping, and in UK pounds or pound sterling, 7.25 plus 1.3 for shipping. And as I keep reminding you, if you buy more than one knife from GearBest at a time, they start splitting up the shipping between your items, and so the cost per item starts to drop very quickly if you do 2 or 3 or 4 items or whatever. Oh, just got off the phone with my mother in between here. She's not doing all that well today, but it looks like, you know, there may be a chance that her treatments are helping to stabilize her a bit. You know, I'll find out for sure later on. But those of you who keep thinking about my mother, thank you very much. Thank you for your prayers and stuff. You know, it's not great news yet, but at least it's not bad news that we got today. So thank you very much for that. All right, let's talk about the features here. This lanyard is very unique. No pocket clip, so it is just a drop in your pocket thing. So that's a little bit different. Most knives these days, especially knives over 2.5 inches, you tend to have pocket clips, but this one does not. I think it looks really cool. It's got sort of a unique kind of look to it, a unique kind of style to it. That's a good thing. It's very lightweight. The sharpening choil is perfect. I love that sharpening choil. So many knives don't have sharpening choils these days. It's just perfect. Exactly the size I want, exactly the placement, the depth, everything. I already talked about how that's unique that they did Sanrenmu instead of one word. Some of you might want a pocket clip. Others, you know, you might not be that particular. If this is what you want, please use my links in the description below. Right now, during this big sale at GearBest, this 10/11 sale, not only is there that 10% off code that I've given you before, out 10 off, Right now, for the duration of this sale, there's a 15% off coupon code for everything from GearBest. So check that out. Use that coupon code for everything that you want to buy about knives at regular price. Don't use the coupon code on stuff that's on sale, because if it's on a flash sale, you're going to actually lose money that way. Because if it's like 20% off on a flash sale and you use the coupon code, it'll give you 15% off of regular price, which is more than 20% off, right? So coupon code is for regularly priced items. And so GearBest is doing some really great stuff. Check out my links for GearBest. You can win prizes. You can win your purchase. You can buy stuff in these lucky grab bags. You just don't know what's in there. I did that once, and I probably won't do it again. But hey, some of you guys like that kind of thing, so try that out. That sale peaks on the 11th of November, and it goes on for a few days afterwards. So thank you so much for participating in that. And please use my links to get there. That really does help out Canadian Cutting Edge. I really do appreciate it if you use those links. Let's do some cut tests of this knife before we get totally distracted with the GearBest sale. I've got some paracord here. This is 9-strand paracord, which I like quite a lot, but I'm going to be cutting it up for our testing instead of using it. Oh well. So let's get this blade in here and get a good hold of this 9-strand paracord, and watch this. Zippity flip, gone de gone. Partly because I gave this my own edge. I sharpened it up on my TS Prof, and it's a beautiful thing. I love that sharpening system. Let's get this board out here. Check out how well this cuts. It just slices very, very well. And you can just cut straight through by pushing down. No problem at all. It's a very sharp knife. Here's some light paper. This is a lighter paper than most copy paper. The thinner a paper is, the harder it is to cut. So this is like 15-pound paper. It's very thin. You can hear it and see it even. Beautiful sound. When you've got a sharp knife doing a push cut, it just cuts so well. I could just cut all day with that kind of thing. And you can see that one cut that I did. You can do some really fine cutting with a knife that is super sharp like this. Very nice knife. Love this thing. It's a nice budget blade that looks kind of cool. It's got some unique features to it. If you're interested in having a knife like this, then this is the time to get one. GearBest will not have these in stock forever. I think they're probably just going to try to sell out from what they have, and they might not stock it again. So now's your time to get this. This is the 7081 BUI SHX. You know, 12 bucks Canadian, 10 bucks, $9.50 US. Not a bad knife at all for that price. Check out my previous video that I did about my keys, the keychain knives. I put a whole bunch of links in there for some really good choices for Christmas gifts. Actually, I think I'm going to put the links of all those things in the description section under this video as well. So click on the description at the bottom of the video, below the video. Click where it says show more, and you'll get all kinds of good Christmas gift ideas right there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And when you subscribe, please click on that bell beside the subscribe button so that you'll be notified of every video, and YouTube will not unsubscribe you unscrupulously, because that sucks when they do that. Thank you so much. Remember, guys, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.